Willow was a tiny mouse with a big heart. She lived in the Whispering Woods, a beautiful forest filled with the songs of birds and the chatter of squirrels. Willow loved her home. She loved the tall trees and the soft moss. She loved playing hide-and-seek with her friends. Every morning, Willow would wake up to the warm sunbeams. She would scamper out of her cozy burrow, eager to start a new day. Willow loved to help others. She would often help Mrs. Squirrel gather nuts or read stories to the baby rabbits. One day, the sky turned dark. The wind howled through the trees. The animals knew a storm was coming. The once bright sky grew dark with storm clouds. The wind, once a gentle whisper, now roared through the trees. Leaves swirled through the air, and the animals scurried for shelter. Willow watched from her burrow, her little heart pounding. She had never seen a storm this bad before. The wind howled fiercely, and rain began to lash down. Suddenly, Willow heard a cry. She peeked out of her burrow and saw Mrs. Rabbit. Her babies were trapped in their burrow, which was quickly flooding with rainwater. Willow knew she had to help. Even though she was scared, she darted out into the storm. The wind buffeted her tiny body, and the rain stung her eyes. She reached Mrs. Rabbit, who was frantic with worry. Willow quickly came up with a plan. She told Mrs. Rabbit to start digging another way into the flooded burrow. Willow, small but strong, used her tiny paws to push away the water. She created a small path for the baby rabbits to swim through. Section 4. Bravery in the face of fear. One by one, the baby rabbits swam to safety. Mrs. Rabbit was overjoyed. She nuzzled Willow with gratitude. Willow felt a surge of bravery. The storm raged on, but Willow wasn't finished. She saw a baby bird that had fallen out of its nest. Willow, soaked and shivering, carefully picked it up and placed it back in its nest. She knew she had to keep going. She had to help as many animals as she could. Section 5. Gratitude in the Whispering Woods. Finally, the storm began to subside. The clouds parted, and the sun peeked through. The animals emerged from their shelters, shaken but safe. They had all seen Willow's bravery. They cheered for the little mouse who had faced the storm without fear. They showered her with hugs and berries. Willow, though tired, felt a warmth in her heart. She knew she had made a difference. Section 6. Kindness and courage. The greatest strengths. That day, the Whispering Woods learned a valuable lesson. It wasn't size or strength that mattered most, but the size of one's heart. Willow, the smallest creature in the forest, had shown the greatest kindness and courage. From that day on, Willow was known as the bravest mouse in the Whispering Woods. Her story served as a reminder that even the smallest among us can achieve great things with a kind heart and a courageous spirit.